Be afraid of us, for we are the knock on your door when you're home alone. We are the noise you hear in the middle of the night. We are the ones standing at the foot of your bed, watching you sleep. Be afraid, for we are all these things, and we are positively fiendish.
Excuse me, Mr. Scrooge, sir.
What? 48, 49.
So sorry to disturb you, sir, but I was wondering... I mean, sir, it's very cold in the anteroom, sir, and I realise I've used my coal allotment for today, but in all fairness, sir, it has been snowing for several hours now, and the temperature has dropped significantly.
Cratchit.
Yes, sir.
No more coal. Back to work.
But sir...
Coal isn't free, Cratchit. It isn't manna from the heavens. Every lump of coal you burn is like throwing money into the fire. My money. You'd weather the chill better, I take it, if I made you pay for heat, wouldn't you?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Not a bad idea, that. I must make a note of it.
Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Humbug! And piss off.
Still full of the geniality I've come to expect.
I'm quite busy, Fred. What do you want? Another handout, I'm sure.
No, Uncle. I sold one of my stories to the Strand. It's not much, but I have enough to celebrate the season, buy Catherine a small gift, and pay back my loan. With a shilling left over.
You are short.
What's that?
You are short, sir.
That's not possible. It's all there, to the last...
Interest, nephew. The repayment of this loan is several weeks late. It has accrued interest.
My God, interest! I shouldn't be surprised. All right, Uncle, how much do I owe you?
1 shilling.
Fine. And now that my debt to you is cleared, dear Uncle, I would like to invite you over tomorrow evening for holiday festivities.
Why?
Because you have never met Catherine. Because you have not spoken to your brother in years. Because you would otherwise spend the day alone. Because it's Christmas.
Nephew, if I spend the day alone, it will be because I choose to do so. I wish not to burden my friends with obligations to eat their food, drink their wine, and waste their time. And I pray to God they return the favor.
Uncle, why do you hate the world so much? Why do you hate my father? Why do you hate me?
Because the world is a mass of open mouths and empty hands, nephew. Mouths that expect you to feed them. Hands that reach for you, grab at you, take what is yours. Mouths and hands that demand you serve them and offer nothing in return. You ask me why I hate? Because it's easier. Because it has no strings. Love comes with obligations, nephew.
I don't understand.
You married against my will. Some street trollop with a dowry of dust and cobwebs. Now, you must care for her, dote on her, spend your money on her. And worse, you open yourself to pain and sorrow and bitterness when he betrays you. When she betrays you, which she invariably will. You stand there with a sanctimonious air, thinking I am to be pitied. Allow me to enlighten you, sir. It is I who pity you. You are a sand castle that will inevitably be trod upon by the masses, stomped flat by callous heels. My heart is a fortress, surrounded by walls and moats and battlements. I will remain safe, nephew, because I will remain untouched. Hatred is a gift from God.
You're all right, Uncle.
I am?
Yes, I do pity you. My door will be open to you tomorrow all the same. Oh, and one more thing, Uncle Ebenezer.
What?
If you ever again refer to my wife as a trollop, I will end your days.
Get out!
Merry Christmas!
Out!
Arsehole, the man is insufferable. I don't know how you put up with it, Cratchit.
Bob, sir, if you please.
Then you must call me Fred.
Thank you, Mr. Fred. I won't lie, it does take its toll. Some days I sit here scratching numbers into a ledger with a pencil stub no larger than a goose's eyelash and think how cruel the world can be, how unbalanced.
Your family, Bob, the missus and your little ones, how are they?
They are well, sir. Excited for Christmas.
And a visit from St. Nicholas, I'll bet, eh?
Oh, I'm afraid Father Christmas will be flying over our house tonight, sir. But we have each other in our health. Well, that is...
Yes, I'm a fool not to have asked. How's your littlest one?
Timothy, sir.
Yes, struck by a carriage, wasn't it? Broke his leg?
Yes, sir. We tended to him as best we could. No money for a doctor, of course, but my wife works at Bedlam and has some slight medical knowledge. He cannot walk unaided yet, but he's getting stronger by the day.
Well, please wish your entire family a Merry Christmas from me, will you?
Yes, Mr. Fred, I will. Oh, one moment, sir.
What is it?
A bit of powder on your coat collar.
Oh, thank you, Cratchit.
Bob.
Yes, Bob, of course.
Ooh, that wind. Any colder or my knickers would be frozen to my ass. Excuse me, are these the offices of Mr. Scrooge and Mr. Marley?
Yes, sir, but only Mr. Scrooge is present.
We wish to encroach on him, a matter of charity.
Oh, I don't think...
He's right in his office, gentlemen. Go right on in.
Oh, Mr. Fred, that's
Thank you, sir, and a Merry Christmas to you.
A Merry Christmas to you. And a Merry Christmas to you. And a Merry Christmas to your knickers.
What's this? Who are you? Do you owe me money?
Do I have the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
I doubt you will find it a pleasure, sir, but you are addressing Mr. Scrooge. My business partner, Jacob Marley, has been dead and buried for 7 years. This very night, to be exact. I must remember to take his name off the shingle.
It is customary at this time of year for those who have so much to donate what they can for those who have so little.
Are there no prisons? No workhouses?
There are plenty of both, to my chagrin.
And both full to capacity.
The poor law's still in effect.
Excellent.
We are certain that in the spirit of the season, we can count on your generosity.
Yes. How much may we put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to remain anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Do you see these books, gentlemen? Notations of money I have lent, payments made, and interests accumulated. I have turned a very tidy profit this year, undoubtedly more than either of you will see in a lifetime. And because I understand how to run a business, Parliament feels I must be punished by paying a hefty percentage of my income in the form of a tax. Well, by God, if my earnings pay for these institutions to imprison idle gadabouts, then, gentlemen, that is where they must go. Cratchit!
Yes, Mr. Scrooge.
Show these gentlemen the door, and make sure they don't pocket anything on the way out.
In all my years of...
Let's just go. It's pointless.
This way, gentlemen, if you please. It's 6 o'clock, sir.
Have you finished the day's books?
Yes, sir.
Posted the letters demanding remuneration?
Yes, sir.
Have you swept the floor, refilled the coal bucket, stocked more candles?
Yes, Mr. Scrooge.
Very well. I suppose you'll be wanting the day off tomorrow.
If you please, sir. I'm sorry it's inconvenient. It's more for my family than anything else.
Your family. A wife who scrounges at the asylum, and how many children? 4, 5?
5, sir.
Open mouths, grabbing hands at you, and in turn, at me. Your hands in my pockets every 25th of December. All this humbuggery in the name of the Christ child. Your wages. Return the day after tomorrow, but come in an hour early.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And have a merry...
Cratchit! If you wish me Merry Christmas, I will chop you into bits and toss them into the stove. You won't complain about coal then.
Good night, Mr. Scrooge.
Born in a manger, died on a cross. He should have kept to carpentry.
Can you help, sir? Them's me brother and sister. We sleep in doorways, but tonight, well, it's cold, ain't it, sir? St. Joseph's is full up. But if we can get 2 farthings, we can go to a flop house or a den and stay warm. Please, sir.
I have a better gift, child. The most important lesson you will ever learn in your short, penniless life. Fuck you. Hello? Who's there? First sign of madness, Ebenezer. Downstairs. My God. To the poorhouse with you. To the prison. To the grave. What sort of creature are you?
Do you not recognize me, Scrooge? I was your partner for many a year, my desk across from yours.
Marley. Jacob Marley.
Observant to the last, Scrooge.
But the gun, the bullet passed through you. I can see through you.
Yes.
You died 7 years ago.
From the warmth of the hearth to the chill of the grave, you are correct, sir.
You're a phantom? A spectre?
Ghost will suffice for tonight's purpose.
I don't believe it. You're not real.
I'm hovering a line's breadth from the floor, Ebenezer. What mortal can do that?
I'm seeing things. Or I'm dreaming, more likely. Yes, too much of that nasty sauce I had for dinner. There's more of the gravy about you than the grave, Marley.
Damn it, Scrooge! Do you not acknowledge my existence?
Yes, you are real, I believe. But why are you here, Jacob? Why torment me?
It is not my intent to torment you, Scrooge, but to warn you.
Warn me?
You see these chains shackled to my legs.
Yes. What are they?
Life is choice, Scrooge. A chain of choices. Each one suffering a consequence. Choose wrongly with indifference, cruelty, or malice, and you forge a new link. Choose wisely with love and compassion, and a link melts away. Do not speak of heaven, Ebenezer. This is hell! My hell! To walk the earth, dragging behind me the chains I have forged in life.
You did what you had to, Jacob. To succeed as you did. Our business flourished.
But business? Kindness should have been my business. Charity my business. Comfort, mercy, compassion for others. Then I would not be damned as I am. As you are.
Am I to suffer the same fate?
Scrooge, you see the length of these chains? You see how they twist and coil about me over and again?
I do.
Yours were twice as long as this when I died. 7 years ago.
No.
And you have labored on them since.
Please tell me you're lying, Jacob. That this is some cruel hoax. Offer me charitable words.
Charity? You ask for charity? Did you offer it to the poor, the suffering? 1 gold coin could feed those sheltered at the parish. 2 could release a family from the poorhouse. But your purse strings are as tight as your heart.
It's my money. I worked for it, scrimped and saved. And I will be dead and damned before a single crown will be pried from my fingers.
I dare say that may be true, Scrooge.
Piss off, Marley. Piss off and leave me be.
No. I have but one hope to unburden myself, Scrooge. If I might save you, then I, too, shall be free of my bonds. Free to pass into eternity, and I tell you now, I ache for my unrestraint.
I see. Your freedom at my forfeit. Is that it? Go to hell.
As I have previously stated, I am here already. You will be visited by 3 spirits.
Piss off, I said.
Expect the first tonight when the bell tolls 1, the second at the stroke of 2, and the third will make its presence known when the clock strikes 3.
Damn it, Marley, I refuse.
Go to the window, Scrooge. What do you see?
Snow, stars, moon, houses. What am I meant to see?
Look again.
My God, Jacob. What are they?
Phantoms, like myself. In torment, like myself.
And those shadows. Black wraiths, rendering them, ripping them to shreds.
Just as charity finds its opposite in greed, so does eternity have its paradox.
What is the opposite of eternity? Of forever?
Nothingness, non-existence, and trust me, Scrooge, these chains are a welcome alternative to that. Each spirit gets 7 years, 7 years to free himself, and tonight is my last chance. You are my last chance, Ebenezer, and your own.
My God.
My time is nearly gone. Do not fail me, Scrooge, for your own sake.
Jacob! Jacob, wait!
Expect the first when the bell tolls.
Jacob! 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 Don't... A dream. It was rancid gravy all along. 1. The bell has tolled 1, just as Jacob said. Certainly the bell will toll 1, Ebenezer. 1 o'clock has come, just as it has always come, just as it always will come, and no phantom, ghost, or nightmare may halt that. Who's there? Hiding in my bed. Come out from the curtains. I am armed and will fire upon you unless you reveal yourself. Oh, my eyes. The fire burns bright upon your head like a candle. Put it out. It blinds me.
Would you so quickly force me to extinguish this flame with the cap your sins have made?
My eyes.
With a just Ebenezer Scrooge, instead of shielding them, open them wide and behold me.
Are you the spirit whose coming was told to me?
I am.
Do you have a name, Phantom, or are you to remain shrouded in mystery?
I am without title, but if it serves purpose, the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past.
No, your past.
I am to accompany you?
Yes.
Have I a choice in the matter?
You always have a choice, Ebenezer. But knowing what you know now, do you really wish to add another link to the chain already so cumbersome?
Very well. But know that I follow you under protest.
You do not follow me, Ebenezer. You lead the way. Take the hem of my robe and stand back from the window.
Wait. I am flesh and blood and cannot fly. You will assuredly chaperone me to my death.
Reserve your fear, Ebenezer, for there are far worse things to come. Your lip is trembling. Why?
It's beautiful. The city.
There is beauty all around you, Ebenezer, but it is not enough to open your eyes. You must also open your heart.
Twaddle. Where are we?
Do you not recognize it?
Oh, God, it's my old school, St. Sebastian.
Practically deserted for the holiday. But who is that sad little boy sitting alone in the corner of the room?
That is me. I had no friends, no hearth to call mine. So I sat and counted beans. Counted them all, then started over. Counted them through the new year.
Someone approaches.
Can they see us?
No, these are the shadows of things that have been.
Scrooge? Benjamin?
Are you well, brother?
Leave me be, Benjamin. And you never call me brother. Why are you here?
Father sent me to get you. He said you should join your family.
You will be there.
Of course. Your old room has been made up and...
I shall remain here.
What? Alone? On Christmas? Ebenezer, I'm sorry. I can't apologize enough. I wasn't in my proper frame of mind.
It hurt, Benjamin. I screamed that it hurt, and you didn't stop.
I know.
I trusted you. You betrayed me.
What would you have me tell Mother and Father?
Tell them to lock your bedroom door at night. And wish them the best of Christmases. From their only child.
Where is the child going, Ebenezer?
To the mill pond. When sadness overtook me, I would toss beans into the water and watch the ripples expand outward, further and further away, and wish I could stand on whatever foreign shore they lapped.
Why didn't you inform your parents about your brother's abuse?
I tried, but they did not wish to hear it. They sent me here to St. Sebastian's, to keep him from me.
Can you not forgive him?
Forgive him? Oh, it is easy to speak of Christian forgiveness when you are outside the bedchamber looking in, Spirit. But trust me, had it been you under those blankets, waiting, dreading the sound of his footsteps approaching in the darkness, hell cannot be hot enough for him.
Take my hand, Ebenezer. Do you know where you are?
Fezziwigs. Old Fezziwigs. I apprenticed here. This was one of his Christmas gatherings. Look, there's Henry Wotton dancing with a broom, the fool. Oh, and Jacob Marley making an advance on the Bennett girl. He never had a chance.
You seem to remember these people fondly.
Oh, I do. It was a pleasant time in my life. And there's old Fezziwig himself. What a remarkable man. We would gladly work long into the night to see him succeed. Astounding man. Never put on airs. Never thought he was better than anyone else. Treated his employees like...
Like what? Like what, Ebenezer?
Like... friends.
What is it?
Nothing.
I do not think so.
I wish I could have a word with Cratchit right now.
And who's that lovely young woman over there?
Why, that's Belle Davis. She and I... No, Spirit. Not this.
I'm sorry, Ebenezer, but you must see it all.
Please, in God's name.
You approach her with a cup of punch. You are what? 25? 6?
20. Here you are, my darling Belle. A cup of Fezziwig's famous hot punch. Drink it slowly. I gave £1 to the fiddler for a Scottish reel. We shall surely impress everyone on the dance floor.
Sit down beside me, Ebenezer.
What is it, my dear? Is your digestion troubling you again?
I love you, Ebenezer.
And I you, Belle.
Ebenezer, how much longer do you plan to apprentice to Mr. Fezziwig?
Well, I think another year or 2 will suffice. Then I shall seek employment with one of the larger accounting houses. Then we shall marry and...
Ebenezer, I'm expecting.
You're with child?
Yes. We must marry straight away, but you cannot support a family on this salary. You shall have to find other employment. I'm sorry, Ebenezer. I know you had your heart set on...
Other employment? What do you suggest? Shall I dig ditches? Catch rats? Scrape horse shite from the street? Pray tell me, how much shall I need to earn to put food in your open mouths? To satisfy your hands, snatching coins out of my pockets as fast as I place them there? Is the child mine?
Ebenezer!
Am I to take you at your word, madam? You say you love me, yet you present to me no proof that the spawn is mine. How am I to be sure?
Ebenezer!
How am I to be sure?
Open your hand. Here's the ring you gave me when you proposed marriage. Take it. I relieve you of your obligations.
You bitch, I accept. Go. If I live to be 100, 1,000, I pray I shall never see you again, or your bastard offspring. I said go!
Oh, my dear, you've fallen. Are you all right? Oh, the blood.
Look at all the blood! Ebenezer, quick! Send for a doctor!
I'm going home. Thank you, Mr. Fezziwig, for a lovely party. Stop! Come back, you young idiot! You asshole! You loved her! I know you do! I know! I did.
She lost the child, I believe.
Did she? I never knew. Was it mine?
Do you really wish to know?
No. Remove me from this place. Take me home.
My time grows short, and we have one more shadow to see.
No more! I wish to go home!
One more shadow. Are these surroundings familiar to you, Ebenezer?
They are. This is my father's house. He left it to Benjamin, who now lives there with his son, Fred.
The nephew who invited you to attend Christmas with him?
Yes.
Why would the house be left to your brother when you were the favored child?
I could not bear to return to it, and so stayed far away. So far and so long that I eventually fell out of favor with him. Cabby! Cabby!
Ebenezer, brother!
I have told you, sir, never to call me that.
Ebenezer, I understand why you hate me. But do not pass on that vitriol to my son. Fred is your nephew, and he's to be married. You must attend.
Must I?
Damn it, brother, he is family.
Family? Ha! You rape the term, sir. Cabby!
Ebenezer! I have no money. I'm destitute. My wife's medical costs have left me penniless.
All that money, and she died regardless. You should have shoveled your money into a hole, Benjamin. The end result would have been the same.
I'm asking you to be charitable with Fred, both by attending his wedding and with a generous gift. His bride has no dowry.
Piss off, Benjamin. You made this bed. Now you must lie in its sour, sweaty sheets.
Where to, sir?
Maldine Square.
Brother, I am begging you, please!
I am not your brother. Away, driver, away.
Ebenezer! Ebenezer!
Quickly, driver. What the blazes is going on?
A young lad's got his leg caught under the wheels. I have to stop.
Keep going. A crown if you keep going.
But sir!
2 crowns. Move, you fool.
Tim! Oh, good Timothy! Someone please get a doctor. You lie still, son. I'll look after you.
I never knew who the boy was.
Timothy Cratchit broke his leg under your carriage that day. With no money for a doctor, his mother bound the leg to a splint, but the bone healed improperly, and the child is lame to this day. His father sought employment from you and was engaged to do your books at 5 shillings a week. Have you nothing to say, Ebenezer Scrooge?
Take me home.
Have you learned anything from these shadows, Ebenezer?
I wish to go home. Must I extinguish the flame upon your head? Must I snuff you out to end this torment?
I am done, Ebenezer, but let my parting words to you be these. Bob Cratchit knows you are the man who crippled his son. Farewell, Ebenezer.
My bed. My room. I know this is not a dream, yet how can it possibly be real? The things I have seen, have discovered. 2 o'clock. Nothing. No spirit manifests itself. Could I be going mad? What's that? Who's there?
Come in and know me better, man.
My God, what has become of my drawing room?
It reflects the festivity of the season, Scrooge. I dare say no ornament has graced these dank rooms before now, have they? Not a single sprig of mistletoe? Not one red berry?
I do not celebrate the season.
Well, that ends now, Scrooge. Look upon my finery. Have you ever seen the like of me before?
I think not. And yet, there is the air of familiarity about you.
My brothers, perhaps?
Have you many brothers?
Scads! Over 1,800!
1,800? Impossible.
When Mother Nature drops her bloomers, Father Time cannot refuse himself.
You are vulgar, sir, and impertinent.
Perhaps. Impertinence is the innocent brightness of youth, and vulgarity is the term assigned to it by others too old to remember.
You are a young spirit.
Very. Now, let us be off. I have many things to show you this night.
What guarantee can you make that I will profit by these sights?
Life has no guarantees, Scrooge. And that's what I'm going to show you. Life. Take my hand. Look below you, Scrooge. What do you see?
A sight I have seen before on this night. The city.
Ah, but you have not seen it with me. Open your eyes, Scrooge, and look again.
The lights. The colors. Is this Christmas?
One part of it, Scrooge. Now, breathe.
I am.
Deeply, man. Pull the air into your lungs, your soul.
Roast beef and mushroom gravy. Tomato soup and buttered carrots and fresh bread. Blueberries with cream and pumpkin pie. Is this Christmas?
Not all, Scrooge. Now, listen.
Those children. The boy who asked me for a few coins. Surely, Spirit, surely that is not Christmas.
This is the shadow that follows behind the joy of the season and is a part of me as well. It is the Christmas that you create, Scrooge, and others like you. Soon, the shops will close, the dining halls will become empty, the inns will close their doors, and each must spend Christmas however they are able.
So, it is the poor and downtrodden who need you the most.
That is certainly true.
You are a hypocrite, sir.
What?
A hypocrite! You speak of love and joy and warmth and glad tidings, but the grocer who sells food is forced to close for the day. Inns that might shelter must shutter their doors so that those who work there may join their families to celebrate the holiday. You deprive the lot of their means of dining, not only on this day, but every seventh day as well. When business is restrained, suffering follows. If there is hunger and homeless in the world, Spirit, it is being done in your name.
You have a pall over your eyes, man. Pray I can help you shed it.
What is this place, Spirit? I have never seen such squalor.
These are the lodgings of your accountant, Mr. Bob Cratchit. True, it is small, barely a pot to piss in, and yet, see there, a tree. Tiny to be sure, but decorated with popcorn and berries. The spirit of the holiday rests here.
It's filthy.
It's clean enough, Scrooge. But if it offends you, pray send your cleaning woman over next Tuesday.
A wife and 5 children. If Cratchit showed but a modicum of restraint or an ounce of ambition...
Quiet, Fusspot! Someone comes.
That was the best goose I've ever tasted, Mrs.
Oh, you're a dear, my Bob. Luck was with me. Old Thistle was herding a flock across the street when one was killed by a stray dog. I hid it under my shawl while he chased the beast away and brought it straight home.
You're my best girl.
And with the money I saved, I bought this.
Wine? Will the feast never end? Are the children tucked away?
Dreaming of Father Christmas, no doubt. Not that he will be stopping here.
Now, Mrs. Behold. An orange for Peter, and apples for Martha, Anna, and James.
And Timothy?
Razzleberries, his very favourite.
Oh, what more? Will the merriment never cease?
For you, Mrs., a roll of blue ribbon to match your eyes.
Oh, it's lovely, Bob. This will be the finest Christmas ever.
See, Scrooge, it takes so little to bring joy to others.
Then I would be doing Cratchit a favor to never raise his salary. Think of the joy of which I would otherwise be depriving him.
But my Bob, how can we afford such luxuries?
Luxuries.
Quiet, man!
I received my wages today, Mrs.
Your salary barely covers our monthlies. Tell me the truth, husband. Where did you... Oh, Bob. The alleys again? Oh, Bob, I suspected as much when I saw the knees of your trousers wet with snow.
I'm so sorry. It took only moments and made for a few extra farthings. I just wanted the children to enjoy the holiday. Just once.
Oh my God, Spirit. I am contemptible.
There is more.
No, husband. Here, have some wine. You have always taken care of us as best you could, and I would never judge you for it. To Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast. And that will be true soon enough.
My dear, I've given it much thought. I can't go through with it.
But you must, my Bob. There is no choice.
Perhaps I can find employment at another counting house or...
My husband, it has been decided. Tomorrow, you are to arrive early to work. You are to let yourself in with the spare key the old buzzard does not know exists. You will hide yourself away in the storage cabinet, and when he arrives and opens the safe, you will strike him with the paperweight from his desk. All that gold and paper currency will fit into your carpet bag. The children will be ready, and when you return home, we will away to my sister's in the south of France.
I don't know, Mrs.
You mustn't weaken, Bob. Are you not tired of raising our children in a hat box, living like rats, working for a miser who treats you like shite?
It's a condemnable act.
And yet, you would rather put your mouth to the trouser buttons of strangers for a few farthings. He is solely responsible for our misery. Do not forget who crippled our son and did nothing.
I cannot...
Mother, Father...
Now, what are you doing out of bed, my son? Where is your crutch?
What is it, Timothy? Can't you sleep?
I was having the loveliest dream about the pyramids in Egypt. Then I heard voices. Has Father Christmas come? I felt he might this year.
If he has or if he hasn't, you must wait until morning to find out. Now off to bed, my love. Your cough is getting worse, and I won't have you parading around this cold room in just a nightshirt.
How's your leg, son? Is there much pain?
No more than usual, Father.
Hurry along to bed now.
Yes, Mother.
Timothy.
Yes, Father.
Come here, son. I love you, Timothy. I would do anything to make you well again.
Father, there are many others worse off than me. Pray for them. Help them. I'll make do.
Come with me, Timothy. I'll tuck you right back in.
An amazing child.
Yes. He has every right to be bitter, yet he sees the good in every.
I have every right to be bitter, Spirit. Why do I not see the world as he sees it?
You made a different choice, Scrooge. You chose to see the worst in all there is. And in that moment, you forged the very first link to your chain.
The boy is very ill.
Yes. The broken leg has brought about unforeseen consequences.
He's so tiny. Will he live, Spirit?
That is a question for Christmas yet to come. Only the here and the now are within my sight. What is it, Scrooge?
Earlier this evening, a small boy singing Christmas carols asked me for a few coins to rescue himself and his siblings from the cold winter night.
What of it?
Nothing.
He was sound asleep before I could pull up the covers. Bob, what is it?
Have the children ready to leave in the morning, Mrs. I shall be home by 9.
God in heaven.
Come, Scrooge.
What is this? Are we at war?
There is always war somewhere in the world, Scrooge. Your kind thrives upon conflict. The sound of a pistol firing arouses man more than a roomful of naked nymphs. It will be the death knell of the human race.
Why are we here, Spirit?
Listen, man.
Silent night, holy night.
A Christmas carol. Here. Now.
Listen.
Round yon
even on this battlefield, scorched by fire and soaked in blood, my message resounds. Soon their voices will falter, and the war will continue as it always has and always will. But for one brief moment, they've halted being enemies and are simply one. One in the spirit of Christmas. My hand, Scrooge. You know this place.
My parents' house.
Now belonging to your nephew.
Does my brother still abide here?
Let us go inside and see. Take my hand and the walls will be like a curtain of snowflakes.
Interest, he said.
No!
And with that, he took my last shilling.
Fa! Look around, spirit. A room full of fools, each as penniless as my nephew.
That man is rich, whose pleasures are the cheapest.
Longfellow.
Thoreau.
Can't abide Thoreau.
Your uncle's very rich, isn't he, Fred?
Yes, but what of it? His wealth does him no good. He doesn't spend it on comforts. He doesn't spend it to help others. He merely hoards it. And there's no benefit to that. He might as well be poor.
Like us!
Exactly! Has he always been that way, Father?
Miserly, no.
Of a sour disposition, then?
Once he went away to school.
Tell them why. Tell them why I became embittered, you bastard.
Calm yourself, man. Only I can hear you, and my ears are ringing like church bells.
Would you bring another bottle of wine from the pantry, my dear?
Yes, sir.
I'll help you.
Oh, that's not necessary.
I insist.
Is that his wife, Catherine? Not very comely.
She is their servant, Scrooge. That is his wife.
Where? The young lady in the red and green.
What is it, Scrooge?
She's the image of my Belle.
Who?
My once betrothed. God in heaven, they could be twins.
We mustn't laugh. I feel sorry for him. I do.
But why, Catherine? Surely the old sod had it coming.
He seems immensely unhappy. He must have suffered some great misfortune to hate the world in such a manner. Some tragedy of which we are unaware that has left him preferring his own company to that of friends and family. He's to be pitied. If he were here now, I would embrace him and comfort him and try my best to love him as Fred does.
So dainty a creature. Graceful, beautiful, elegant. Perhaps if I hadn't shunned Belle, we would be happy to this day. I would be happy. If such a creature can love my nephew, then I must review my own feelings.
Oh, Posh. He's a humbug. Let him celebrate Christmas alone in his large house, and let us celebrate it in the warmth of each other's company. In fact, let him be the inspiration for a game I've invented. We all clap our hands, and I'll start, saying, Uncle Scrooge is an avaricious man. Then the person next to me repeats it, substituting an adjective beginning with the letter B, and then the next person with a C, and so on. If you fall out of rhythm or can't think of a word, you're out of the game. Ready?
I shall not participate at Uncle Ebenezer's expense, but enjoy yourselves.
Fine. Uncle Scrooge is an avaricious man.
Uncle Scrooge is a bald man.
Uncle Scrooge is a critical man.
Uncle Scrooge is a duplicitous man.
I've enough of this spirit. Let us be off. But I wish to see Fred before I go. I must apologize to the man who has won the heart of fair Catherine.
Let us remove ourselves, Scrooge.
One moment, spirit. The pantry is just here.
Oh, sir, please, no. We'll be discovered.
Nonsense.
But, sir, your wife
Is enjoying herself. I wish to do the same. Open yourself to me.
Oh.
The wretch! Pissant! Bootlick! The betrayal of her! Of his precious wife! But why should I not be surprised? He is his father's son. They should both be horsewhipped.
Scrooge.
And you, spirit of man, ghost of Christmas, you knew this was occurring, did you not? You sought to keep it from me. Why? Because it might have interfered with Marley's plan, your purpose?
Scrooge, cast your gaze at my feet.
Fuck you!
Look downward, man.
What are those creatures? Are they children?
They are.
Are they yours?
They are yours, Scrooge. Mankind's. This boy is ignorance. This girl is desire.
Boy, girl. They are both so deformed. Can you be sure of their genders? And those limbs, those extensions, fleshy feeding tubes connecting them, melding them into one. Have they no refuge? No one to care for them?
Are there no prisons? No workhouses?
Spirit, please!
No prisons? No workhouses?
Ah! Take them away. They are abominations. Spirit, where are you? Spirit! Final spirit of which I was foretold. Well, can you not speak? Forgive me, spirit. You do not resemble your brethren. A phantom wisp, a floating black shroud. There's more of the All Hallows Eve about you than the Yuletide. You are the ghost of Christmas yet to come. I fear you more than any spectre whose path has crossed mine tonight. For the uncertainty of what the future holds is more terrifying to me than a gaggle of ghouls. My well-being is your intent, yes? Lead on. The night is waning fast, and I wish to be done with the lot of you. My place of business. But why is the door locked? It's the middle of the day.
I don't know much about it, just that he's dead.
When did he pass on?
Men like him don't pass on. He dropped dead, right on his frowning face.
I know these men. They came to my business on a mission of charity.
What did he die of?
Meanness, probably. He was a right old cuss.
Who gets his money?
I've no idea. I only know it isn't me. Ha! But whomever it is will be rolling around in gold coins for life.
He was tight with a shilling, wasn't he?
Very. I heard he was so tight, his excrement came out in coils. Ha ha ha!
It is shameful that men such as these wear the face of charity. They are jackals, talking about the deceased in such a manner.
It's likely to be a cheap funeral.
I can't honestly think of anyone who'd go.
Well, let the devil have his due.
What the hell is that hullabaloo?
It's one street over. Let us see.
Very well, Falvey. I will follow. My house? They are ransacking my house. Stop! Constables! Get back! Get back, you filth! Damn it all! My hands pass through them like vapor, like mist. Spirit, can anything be done to restrain them? They are destroying my house! Everything I've built, gone! Everything. What fresh hell have you now taken me, Spirit?
By order of the British Empire, the City of London hereby takes possession of the Cratchit children, Martha, Peter, James, Anna, and Timothy, to relocate them to the state workhouse until such time as their parents serve out their prison terms. Signed by order of Lord Charles Grey. Into the Black Maria with them.
Not the workhouse, Spirit. Timothy cannot possibly survive such an environment. Tell me, Phantom of the Future, can you see Tim's fate? Does he survive his ailment? Hold, Spectre. I have been repeatedly browbeaten this evening with the message that life is a series of choices, and that every choice creates a different outcome. Can you see any choice I may take that will prolong Timothy's life? If I raise him as my own, if I procure for him the best medicines. I heard you that time, I did. 1 year and not a day more. Atropis has her scissors poised and cannot be swayed. I am no fool, ghost of shadows yet to come. Those men in the street were speaking of my death, my funeral. My house was ransacked out of desperation and revenge because no one was there to put the fear of the devil into them. Oh, how far, Phantom? How many Christmases have we traveled since Jacob Marley appeared to me in my bedroom? 5, 10?
Please stop crying, Catherine. I would give anything, everything, to undo what I have done. I would never hurt you for all the riches in the world.
If your wish was to cause me anguish, Spirit, you have succeeded. I would sooner die than see that jewel of a woman suffering so. Her husband is a lout, an insufferable pest who has cast a roving eye over the years instead of cherishing what he had. Where is his damnable father? Benjamin, you are contemptible in your passivity, sitting in a chair, staring into space while his son's marriage crumbles. What a horrid man! What a waste of... What is he holding?
Forgive me, my wife. Forgive me. My son.
Benjamin! No!
Forgive me, my brother.
My God. For the first time tonight, Spirit, I am chilled to the marrow. Cemeteries are desolate, frozen places of stone and marble where one is surrounded by countless others, yet remains alone. Whose grave are you hovering over? I cannot make out the name, but I can guess. Your appearance is intimidating, Spirit, but subtlety is not your strong suit. And yet, I sense it is important that I see. One thing first, demon. I now know that malice begets malice, that hatred begets hatred, like ripples in a mill pond. But when two beings are thrown into the water, the undulations overlap, change, differ. So tell me, Phantom, the things you have shown me this night, this second being, are these the shadows of things that will be, or shadows of things that may be? Whether your lack of response is due to an inability to answer or simply an unwarranted flair for the dramatic, I find it irritating. One side, vapor. Step aside so I may see my own name carved into the stone. No, it is not my name, but Belle's. It is her resting place.
Ebenezer.
Damnable spirit. You finally speak, taunting me with the voice of my cherished Belle.
No, Ebenezer. It is your beloved. I am here.
Belle, you are with me.
I have been beside you all this night, Ebenezer.
Christmas past and present and now future. You were all three. You have been playing a masquerade.
Yes, to help you, to open your eyes, to save you from the afterfates that binds Jacob Marley.
How did you die, Belle? Pray tell me.
From loss, Ebenezer. After the death of her child, I sat alone in my room, like a picture fading in the sun, growing older and sadder, until finally I was gone.
Oh, Belle, forgive me. Oh, my arms pass through you. You are as a moonbeam.
I am a spirit, Ebenezer, and beyond mortality. But come, there is one more thing I must show you.
Where are we going?
Here, the distant side of the cemetery.
Pauper's graveyard? What is to be found there?
Stop here, Ebenezer. You shall see. Look. Look at this marker.
It's my name. Why am I buried here? Why am I not entombed in a crypt? Or a mausoleum?
Because no one cared, Ebenezer. With no heirs, your money went to the National Trust. You were laid to rest with the other destitutes.
And does my spirit wander the earth as Jacob's?
Put your ear to the grave, Ebenezer, and listen. You are still crawling your way up, my love. Through the box, through the soil, chains and shackles on your wrists.
How long has it been? 15 years? 20?
The answer is before you.
Ebenezer Scrooge died December 26th, 18... No. This is impossible. I died 2 days after Marley's visit.
Farewell, my love, my Ebenezer.
Cratchit's imprisonment, your isolation, Benjamin's death, my murder, all events of my own doing, rings on the water's surface. I am a wretch. Am I past all hope? Tell me that I have the power to change the events I have seen this night, please. I am not the man I was. Why show me these shadows if it is already too late? No, get back in your graves. Foul things, leave me alone. Release me. Go away. Scrooge, look at the chains we must wear. They are endless. They were forged in hell, and now they are ours to wear until your soul is ripped asunder. No! No! I shall choose a different path. I have learned the lessons of the past, present, and future, and will honor Christmas in my heart, I swear. The lights. They come up as a curtain rises on a play. Is that all this has been? A drama meant to entertain the masses? A morality tale told at my expense? No, no. It is my bedchamber, just as I left it. Curtains drawn, window shut. Oh, God, it is good to be home. Now, if only I have time to enjoy it. The air, so crisp, it frosts the lungs and makes one feel alive. Say you there, boy.
Yes, sir?
You may think me daft, but what day is it?
Christmas Day, of course.
Christmas Day. If the shadows do not change, I am but 1 day away from my death. My lad.
Hello, yes.
Do you know the butcher's on Fleet Street?
I should say so.
You're quite the intelligent lad, aren't you? Do you know if he has sold the prize turkey in the window? The large one?
The one big as me. It's hanging there now. I just saw it.
Go and buy it.
Talk for it.
No, boy, I am in earnest. Come back with the butcher. It's to be delivered. I shall hire a hansom for him. Will you do this for me?
For a farthing.
Very well. Oh, one more thing, lad. Go and fetch the doctor from up the street. Jekyll's the name, and send him along with the butcher. I want the youngest boy examined. Do these things for me, and farthing be damned, I'll give you a shilling. Return in less than 10 minutes, and I'll give you half a crown.
Oi!
I'll send it to Bob Cratchit with no return address. Perhaps if his belly is full, he'll have second thoughts about bashing in my skull. Oh, regardless, tomorrow shall be an exciting day. I now know how the blind man felt, having his sight restored by the Nazarene. Colors, colors! The snow so white, ribbons of fierce crimson and soulful blue, reeds and trees green as emeralds. The pall has been lifted then. Say, you there, boy!
It's the old rattletrap. Run!
Hold, boy! Stay, children, stay. I have something for you. Here.
Core.
See that you and your siblings find shelter tonight, eh? And dine well.
Bless you, sir. Bless you.
Well, who told you to stop singing?
Righto, sir. Merry Christmas.
Oh, look who approaches. Gentlemen, a word.
Mr. Marley, isn't it?
Scrooge, sir. Although I understand why you would wish to erase the name from your mind. First, Permit me to congratulate you both for your charity efforts. You met with some success yesterday?
I'm afraid we fell short of our quota.
Did you now? Did you? And what, pray tell, was your quota for the day?
£20, sir.
Here is £100. Do with it as you will.
Mr. Scrooge.
Come and see me the day after tomorrow, and if I am still there, I shall give you 100 more.
Bless you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Scrooge. Bless you, and a Merry Christmas to you.
I don't deserve to be so happy.
Yes, sir?
Is your master at home?
Yes, sir.
Where, pray tell?
In the dining room, along with his wife and his father. Oh, sir!
It's all right, child. I am expected, in a manner of speaking.
I'll show you up.
I know the way.
Good God! Uncle Scrooge! Catherine, father, look who's joined us!
I believe I was invited to dinner, if you'll have me.
Oh, yes, of course, yes! Uncle, you have no idea how happy you've made me. Please, I want you to meet my wife. Catherine, this is...
Uncle Scrooge, of course. Thank you for coming. I've heard all sorts of colorful things about you. I look forward to seeing if there's any truth to any of them.
And you must allow me to tell you of someone who is very special to me. Someone named Belle.
I look forward to it.
Fred, a word.
Yes, Uncle?
Your wife is a beautiful woman, kind, gracious, and charming. She is a rare treasure and should be treated as such.
Yes, Uncle.
And if I should ever hear talk that you have been unfaithful to her, I shall have you castrated. Do you make sense of what I'm saying?
Yes, Uncle.
Fred, our other guests are arriving.
Welcome, everyone. Please come in. How are you?
Ebenezer,
Benjamin.
to keep the evening festive, I shall retire to my room. I shouldn't wish to cast a shadow on the children's...
Benjamin. I forgive you. Brother. Now, let us join the others. I've heard tell of an amusing new parlor game. Oh, for pity's sake, Cratchit, stop what you're doing and have a seat.
What? I wasn't... Yes, sir.
And return the paperweight to my desk. It was a gift from Jacob Marley, one of many. The next time you decide to bludgeon someone, Cratchit, you might wish to wear shoes that don't squeak when you creep up behind them.
Yes, sir. They're my only pair, sir. To tell the truth, sir, my heart wasn't in it. What will you do now, sir?
Well, I could call the constable and see you get a good neck stretching on the gallows.
Oh, sir.
Or I could see to it that you spend the rest of your days in prison, eating slop and watching moss grow up the stone walls.
Oh, God.
Or I could raise your salary.
Sir, please, I beg you, What?
I said I'm raising your salary, man.
But I was about...
Crack my cranium open like a walnut? Cratchit, I'd be mistaken if I said I didn't deserve it.
Is that so?
No, Cratchit, I haven't lost my senses. I've come to them. Now, here is the morning's agenda. First, buy us a large bowl of hot cider, eh? Then, you will go to your family, pack your belongings, and move the lot into my house.
Mr. Scrooge!
My house is cold and empty, Cratchit. I should like to see it come to life. The lower floor alone could accommodate your entire family 3 times over.
I don't know what to say, sir.
There is just one condition, Cratchit.
Yes?
You must decorate it to the nines every Christmas day. Tinsel and garland, colored paper and candles, to the hilt, Cratchit.
You have my word, sir.
Now, I believe your youngest Timothy was examined by a doctor yesterday.
Yes, sir. You sent him.
What was the prognosis?
Nothing can be done. He has an infection that has damaged his insides.
I see. How long has the lad got until... How long, Cratchit?
A year, sir. The doctor's quite sure.
Then we shall make certain that Tim has the best year any boy could ever dream of. You are on paid holiday, Cratchit, until further notice.
Sir?
You shall show him the world, Cratchit. You and Tim. Stonehenge, the Paris Opera House, the Colosseum of Rome, and the pyramids.
Oh, Mr. Scrooge! Bless you, sir.
I can do no less, Cratchit. I am responsible for your situation. And for Tim's. I know that now. And in the spirit of the holiday, I beg your forgiveness.
You have more than made up for your transgressions, sir. I forgive you and pray you find peace of mind.
Thank you, sir. Now, go and get that hot punch, Cratchit, and make haste. We have a lot more to discuss upon your return.
Yes, sir.
And Cratchit. Bob.
Yes, sir.
Be a good fellow and throw a few shovelfuls of coal into the stove, would you? It's cold in here.
Scrooge was better than his word. When Timothy Cratchit passed away, he did so having lived a life fuller than 10 other boys. Scrooge, who did not die on the 26th of December, became a benefactor and guardian to the Cratchits, as well as his nephew Fred, the wife Catherine, and his brother Benjamin, bringing them together as close as a family can be by blood. Marley's chains dissolved away, and he went on to a better life in the hereafter. Scrooge became a friend to the entire city of London, living his life with a joyful heart. It was said that he knew how to keep Christmas well, and may the same be true for all of us. God bless us, everyone.